Overused is a great metagame, don't get me wrong. It has the best players using the best teams with some of the most powerful Pokemon. But there are a few problems with OU, and that's that there's too much stall. Every game is teleport and future sight. So it can get a little repetitive, a little bit boring, right? So what next? What about, Little Cup? Little Cup is also a pretty good metagame. And it has a lot of defining factors that make it different from OU. For one, there's no stall. It's relatively fast-paced, and it's very methodical. It's a paradise for offensive players. But LC has its own issues as well, and that is that it can get a little repetitive. So, for example, you see Vullaby on every team, you see Mianfu on every team, you can see Onyx on every team. It gets really, really repetitive. And what if you want something more? You want the diversity of OU. You have some of the most diverse teams in OU because of so many options. But you also want the offensive nature of Little Cup, then what do, right? And the metagame for you is actually right here, and it's a metagame called Little Cup Underused. And Little Cup Underused is just like its big brother, Regular Underused, and that the highest usage Pokemon from Overused are banned. So that means no more Mianfu, no more Vullaby, no more, Onyx, everything is banned. And we can see the ban list. There's Abra, Drillbur, Dwebble, Ferroseed, all your staples of LCOU are banned. And we also have a few more that have been banned for UU, not because of usage, but because they're too strong for UU. So, for example, Scraggy, which is a very obvious one. And just like the actual underused tier, there's a whole new set of diverse threats, and we can look at the viability rankings, and we can see, there's Pancham, there's Sandshrew. You would never see these in LCOU. There's, Joltik, there's, Qfont. You would never see these in LCOU, but it's made its home here in LCUU. And there's a lot of talented people working behind the scenes to make this metagame really, really fun. But sometimes it doesn't get the attention it deserves. So that's why this weekend, on Saturday, I'm going to be hosting a Little Cup Underused tournament. It's a live tournament. It's going to be in the MDL room on Pokemon Showdown. And the idea is to really showcase the Little Cup Underused metagame, which is extremely fun, and it's a change of pace for people who play OU or people who play actual Little Cup. And just to go further, because I don't want to leave you too unprepared for the tournament, I'm just going to go over what you need to know in order to play Little Cup Underused. And the first thing you're going to want to do is head out to the Little Cup Underused metagame discussion thread, and I'll link that down in the description. But it has a lot of useful resources. So you have the viability rankings, and that's very straightforward, what's good and what's not. So you have, your S rank, your A rank, but one thing special about the LCUU viability ranking is that when you click on a Pokemon, you can actually get its most popular sets. Pancham, what does it run? So it's really easy to build a team in Little Cup UU. You can pick any Pokemon you want and then figure out how do I actually use it. So that's a really useful tool for Little Cup Underused. And then if you go even further down, there are some sample teams, and you can see how diverse Little Cup UU is. Sand isn't viable in LCOU, but it is viable in LCUU. Trick Room is good enough for a sample team in LCUU. So you have a lot of options in LCUU. You can use Web, Sand, Trick Room, Balance, Offense. You can use anything you want. So if you're not comfortable building a team on your own just yet, you can use one of the sample teams here. And then LCUU also has a role compendium, and you can use this to build your team. If you want to build your team, you can see what are the good stealth rockers, what are the good rapid spinners, what are the good sweepers, how do I set up weather. There's so many useful details in the metagame discussion thread that you can use and then build your own team. And if you're interested in looking at some of the usage stats, for example, you can see what's good and what's not by checking out the LLL tournament, which is Levy's Little League. You can check out the usage stats from there and see what are people using. And all of these resources are here to help you build a team and understand the UU metagame, which is a really fun, really diverse metagame compared to LCOU. And just a reminder that the tournament is on Saturday, so make sure that you get your practice in, get your tournament teams ready by Saturday. And if you happen to be watching this in the future, don't worry, because the LCUU community is actually really active. And even if you miss the tournament here, they're always having tournaments, always having discussion. So I'll link their Discord server in the description too, and you can always hang out there and build teams there too. And yeah, that's about it. If you want to know more about Little Cup UU or Little Cup in general, or even OU, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss the latest video. Thank you.